Hi, this is Jonathan. How you guys doing? Today going to feature this amp from Blackstar. This is a brand new amp that was just released. This is the Blackstar St James with the EL34s. Now, if you're new to this channel, you might just want to subscribe to this channel and press that bell for notification of future videos and be part of Patreon to support this channel. Now, this is from Blackstar. This is the new Blackstar St James series. Now this, it comes in two flavors, okay, two iterations. One, the black one, which is more like a modern thing, which I'm going to review soon, and this one. So this comes in a very retro kind of design. So this is the one with the two EL34 and two ECC83s tubes in it. It's pedal friendly, very pedal friendly. It comes in two channels. So let's just start from the top. But before I do that, I want to give a shout out to City Music, especially Yinglong, for passing me this amp for review. Now, this head actually comes in with the cap, a matching cap, but you can actually purchase the head by itself. The matching cap is really nice, so it well, I'm going to give you the specs of this in the description of this video. I'm not going to go through the specs of the cap, but I'm going to use this as a standalone unit, as a head. The reason why I'm doing this is because look around you. So this is very a very space constrained area that I'm working in. And even for studios that do not have much space to have a cap or to have a combo or to have a hair in the cap, this is a good alternative, and it's small enough to fit anywhere, you know. And guess what? This is a 50 watts amp. This is like one of the lightest and the smallest 50 watt amp that you can ever find. Now basically you have 3 power stages. It comes in with a reactive load, so you can kind of like juggle between 50 watts, 50 watts in the sack, and then you have the 2 watts. So basically 3 kind of power adjustment for you to kind of let you cater to the environment that you're in. So if you're going to play this amp like in late at night, you might just want to go all the way down to the 2 watts, which is really soft and nice. And if you're recording it through a amp or through a speaker, a speaker cabinet, and you want to mic it out, you might just want to go for the middle, the sack, or the 50 watts. Now the sack will have, of course, the usual compression kind of effect that a tube amp would have. If you look at this unit, this is made of candlenut wood, and it's pretty light. You know, you can just carry it and go. You know, and crazy to know that there is so much power that is in this head. Now you have the backlit Blackstar logo here when you turn this unit on, and of course on the unit on you have a standby, so you can turn the unit on and you can have it on standby so that you won't pop any speakers, right? And you have 2 channels. You have the input jack here, right? So you have channel 1 and you have channel 2. Now basically you have a foot switch that you can switch between both. Now the channel 1 is predominantly clean. It's a real clean setup. You can run through your pedals if you want to. And then the channel 2 will give you the gain setting, this knob here, where you can kind of like adjust how much gain you want in your second channel. And that's really cool because you can kind of switch in between clean and semi-distorted. Now for the clean setting for the channel 1, you can actually kind of bring it to the edge of a breakup when you bring the volume all the way up and bring your master down, so that you can have that kind of edge over the edge kind of sound, which is really nice. If you prefer to be like a clean standalone platform for your pedals, then just do like what I do and just have enough volume, and it will just be a nice round pristine sound. Now as you go on to the second channel, with this select switch, you go on to the channel 2. And in channel 2 you can activate the gain, right, to kind of like decide how much gain you're going to put into that channel, so you can have the overdriven sound. You can break out even more, depending on what you want to do. And then you have another switch here which will light up real bright, and this is the boost, a gain boost, where you can even add more boost if you want to, a little bit more gain if you want to, which is really nice too. And then you have the second volume for the channel 2, so you can kind of like balance channel 1 and channel 2 accordingly. And then you have a 3-band EQ, basic 3-band EQ, bass, middle, and treble. There's no presence switch here, or no presence knob here, just 3-band EQ, which is very sensitive. You can kind of tailor your sound. You can scoop your sound if you bring down the mids and stuff like that, bring out a little bit more highs or a little bit more presence or a little bit more brightness. And then you have the reverb. Now the reverb is like a short, kind of like maybe a large room kind of reverb, and I believe it's digital, and it sounds great. I mean, I don't want to have it too much because then it sounds kind of funky. Yeah, I keep it to a level where I can hear the reverb and yet, not obtrusive at all. And then of course after that you have the power stages, right? And then the master volume, which is very important if you are going to use this live. So set your master volume at the level that you're comfortable with, and then you kind of play with this 2 volume for these 2 channels that you're working with. Now on the back panel, you will notice that there's this fan that more or less cool everything down, because there are like 4 tubes working in it. So it's a good idea to have this fan to kind of like bring off the hot air that's inside this head. Good idea. And it's very quiet. The fan is very, very quiet compared to the fan in my Mesa Boogie TA30. That is a big fan compared to this one. So of course it generates more sound. On the back panel from the left, you have the fuse, where you can kind of like change the fuse if anything happens. And then you have the 3 speaker out. You have the 1 to 16 ohm, and 1 to 8, and 2 to 16 ohms. And then you have this cap rig output. The good thing about this amp is that it comes with a cap rig system. Now basically you can hook this up to via USB to a computer, and you can download that program where you can kind of like decide how you want your cap simulator to be like, what sort of mic you're using, how far you want that mic to be, what sort of cabinet you want to choose, and then you can kind of like set all this and save it into this head by USB. Now basically you have a balance out, and you have a line out, which also functions as a headphones out, so you can kind of like plug this into your headphones and you can play at night with all the cap sim without even using a cap or a speaker. And then there are 3 cap settings for you to choose. One with a real close back sound, and the other one with a little bit more open, and then the third one will have like more of a room sound. So you can have all these settings adjusted on that software that I was talking about if you choose to. And then you have the effects send and return, which is really cool, and you can kind of switch between your levels. You can have plus 4 dB or minus 10 dB. And then you have the foot switch, where I was talking about, where you can switch between channels. And last but not least, then you have the USB out, which also functions as a USB audio, and you can kind of like record this via USB to your interface if you choose to, right? And that's about it for the back panel. Now what I find interesting about this amp is that because of its small size, even in the studio, in a full-blown recording studio, I could just put it anywhere, hooked up with this cap rig, and be ready to record, and still have a great sound without the use of a actual cap, miking it out and all that. Now miking a cap out is something that I enjoy doing, but I need time to do it. Sometimes when you're working in a professional studio like I did before, you're short of time and you just want to get, once the inspiration starts and you just want to record something, you have no time to go and set the microphones up and find out which position is the best. All this thing is really useful for musicians who are on the go and they just want to record something, and get it on tape. And that's the best way to go. Now, I did not use the cap rig in the song, even on the demo. I used my cap clone, my Mesa Boogie cap clone, because I wanted to have it connected out from this speaker out into a cap simulator of a cap sim of my choice. In this case, I was using the 3 Sigma VC212s, which I really like. I absolutely love that cap sim, so I thought I want to use it. And yeah, it worked. It worked really well, and I like how it sounds. So I played this hit with the accompanying cabinet, and it's pretty close to what I'm hearing right now, because it's pretty close to the cap sim that I'm using, the 3 Sigma ones. Now I actually played this in city music with the accompanying cabinet, and it sounded really great, even at full volume, which I didn't want to do because after all it's still a place of business, but it sounded really good, and even with the channel 2 where I can bring up the the gain and everything, it's just really nice. Dependent again on the guitars they're using, that's why I chose a very traditional setup, a Strat and a Les Paul, so you can actually hear a difference. And if you're going to use a PRS and some of the modern guitars, then it's going to sound different again, and very versatile. I find that this amp is really versatile and very tubey. Yeah, a nice tube amp. And the other thing that got me was the fact that this is a departure from what Blackstar was churning out a couple of years ago in the previous amps. They have this ISF where you can switch between the American sound and the British sound. I think this is a really refreshing take where it doesn't have all that, no ISF for this time. This amp will sound like what this amp is meant to sound like. So it has its own character to it, and I think that's a good approach. I think Blackstar did the right thing in designing an amp for what it is, and not have too much of a choice and be too versatile, because too much of the good thing, Yeah, so I'm kind of pleased with this amp. This is, like I said, this is more catered to well, not the retro crowd, but guys who want to play blues, rock, old school rock, or even like hard rock if you choose to. This can cater all genres, including jazz. Now the other version, the one in black, that is more for a modern guitarist. If you want a little bit more high gain sound, that's the one to go for. I will review that the amp hit pretty soon, and I might just do a demo of that amp with the cap rig, the cap rig that I've spoken about, instead of using the cap clone and my favorite IRs. So I might just do that, Right. For me, I think this is a nice little package. I think you're paying that money for the fact that this is portable, and also for the fact that this is a really good tube amp for its size. This is crazy. And it comes in a combo version, so if you are not interested in getting the head and the cabinet, you can always opt for the combo if you choose to. For me, like I said, in my environment, I would get this, and because it's easy to place, you can kind of like put it anywhere you want to, and yeah, real portable. So this amp is available in City Music. So if you're in Singapore, you might just want to pop on down and give them a call. The combos are in, so you can always try them. The heads, yeah, it will probably arrive in stock maybe in a couple of weeks' time. Alright. Like this video, give me a thumbs up, and join this channel. Subscribe to this channel, press that bell for notification of future videos to follow, and be part of the patrons to support this channel. I would appreciate it. I thank all my patrons for their wonderful love, support, and friendship. Thank you guys so much. So in the meantime, keep on rocking, guys, and I'll see you real soon. Take care. Ciao.